I was like, God damn. Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be an exciting day. Going to take a little break from working on this chassis and focus my attention onto this cab by doing a chop top. Plan on doing a 4-inch chop. I still need to finish laying out the cut lines, but before then, I need to try to work out some of these dents on this roof. Got a pretty big dent right here. I'm going to try doing some hammer and dolly work, but before that, I'm going to have to cut out this panel to gain access to the backside of that dent. I'm going to try to get this roof as smooth as possible. That way it's a little easier when we're doing the chop. Not sure if you guys could tell in this light, but I was able to pretty much get rid of that dent. Really happy with it. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish measuring out for the cut lines and we'll start cutting. So Bobby came up to help. We got all the cut lines laid out. So where you see the X's are the areas where we're going to cut out. So we got 4 inches here. And then for the rear window, we're going to keep the original size. So we'll cut out the perimeter of the window, and then we'll cut out 4 inches beneath the window so the window will drop down. Then for the front, on the pillar and windshield area, we have markings for 4 inches. Before we do any cuts, we'll still brace the interior. I picked up some conduit to brace from side to side and from corner to corner. That way, when we cut the top off, nothing shifts. We'll make our first cuts on the top line. Then we'll cut the second line, and then we'll drop the roof back down to see if there's any adjustments that's needed. And then we'll section the roof out. We got the braces tacked in place. We have it going from side to side and diagonal. This is for when we make the cuts, nothing shifts on us, so everything lines back up. So we're going to go ahead and start making our first cuts.
Where are we taking it?
Just back.
that.
We got the top set back down in place and it's looking pretty good. I think 4 inches was the perfect amount to cut out. So you'll notice these gaps on the front and back. So in order to fix that, the plan that we're going with is we're going to cut out the center of the roof, and then we're going to section it down into fours on the sides, front and back. That way we can move each pillar back and out on all 4 corners, and then we'll tack everything in place and we'll go from there. I want to explain this a little bit better for you guys now that I have the cut lines in place. So the plan is to cut out this whole center section of the roof. This is the most flat part of the roof. And then once that's cut out, we'd make these additional cuts on each side. And the reason for cutting out this section is we don't have to reproduce any panels in the center of the roof, and it keeps it strong and secure. All we'll have to do is make patch panels for these areas instead. Cannot be any more stoked on how this is turning out. Body lines have flown really good. We only have it tacked in place right now just to let you guys see how it's going to sit. I still have to go back and clean up a lot of this primer off and prep these areas a little bit better. And you can see how we split the roof, how it created this gap. I'm going to take some of the existing pieces and use these as filler pieces. And then I'll create some additional filler pieces. But I am just really, really stoked on it right now. What about you?
Pretty happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
So I think that's going to call it a day. This is going to probably be a 3-part series on chopping the top. But I want to give a shout out to my buddy Tony at Lone Wolf Chop Rods. This is actually my first chop, and he gave me a lot of good pointers. So I'm going to put his Instagram in the description. So I appreciate if you guys go check out his page. He makes some killer rods. But I think we'll call it a day here. I really appreciate you guys checking this video out, and we'll check you out next time.
Thanks, guys.